live somewhere. Where the fuck are we? Make sure we're live first. Stupid Twitch. Where's my glasses? Why can't I see anything? Are we live? I guess we're live. It's a music. It's a music, K-Dog, you idiot. Fridays is when I normally stream. We normally do the Twitch fed. But I do like to mix things up a little bit. And yeah, you guys know how it works. So we're gonna put over some people tonight. And have some fun. Feel free. All the alerts are turned off tonight, so no sound alerts. You know, no host, blah 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 blah. All that is turned off. So I thank you guys in advance. Remember, spread the love. The Streamer Club is here. Spread the love. Spread the Twitch. Get the word out there. KDog TV for me. And when we get over to the overlay, you'll see all the other Twitter. Yeah, that's right. All the other Twitter handles. I feel there's no other questions for me at this moment in time because no other things I need to say. All right, perfect. This is awesome. Okay, so I have on the show tonight. Thanks for putting your name out there. The Reaper Report, no problem, Emerald. All right, let's just pull them in now. So I'm going to pod them up. We're going to switch over here. I can see. Oh, there they are. Oh, look at them consuming their beverages. As hello, boys.
Hello. Hey.
We have and if E-Rush or Cakes or anyone in the stream just lets me know how loud John and Joe are, I can pod them up and down as necessary. All right, so first, welcome to the Streamer Club.
Thanks for having us on. Thanks for having us on.
No, now let me see if it sounds good to you. All right, awesome. Let me see if I can get this straight. Joe has the Mariners hat.
No, Joe is this one. I'm Joe. And I'm John.
John has the hat and Joe does not. So you guys, if you're keeping score at home, John has the hat and Joe does not. Anyways, welcome, boys. You are representing the Streamer Club tonight because the Streamer Club is a movement. It is a nation. It is not your movement. It is our movement. As I am also repping the shirt tonight.
Yeah, correct.
And I think I've gotten most of the handles down there, all the ones I could find or remembered or had time to put in. So. Big shout outs to them and hit them up and give them the follows. So, boys, I believe that the show we were having before we went live when we were setting everything up actually will be better than this one. I think we had better conversation, but we'll do a good job tonight. We'll talk wrestling, we'll talk the Streamer Club, and we'll talk what you guys have in store and whatnot. Joe is adopted, is what I've heard.
No, John's adopted, not Joe.
Well,
John, the hat boy's adopted.
John and Joe, you guys are like the Usos. Like I don't know which one is which.
He's older, I'm younger. I got more facial hair. He doesn't have facial hair, basically.
Well, it's fine.
Simple.
It's fine. It's all good. You get facial hair and it just turns gray, like such. So you guys are brothers. You guys have been wrestling fans for how long, would you say?
Well, see, I'm 40, so I've been wrestling fan since 40. Yeah, 5. So since I was 5, so for 35 years I've been following wrestling.
Now you came up with 5 quickly. Like, is there something that stood out to you when you were 5 that you remember?
Probably Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is my favorite wrestler.
Is he? Is that?
What? Well, he was.
He was. He still is. You're the one that like you're just like you're putting him on the back burner and waiting till he returns triumphantly, and you can spread your Hulkamania love to the world.
I don't know. I don't think he's ever coming back after the Gawker thing.
Oh, I disagree. I believe he's coming back. I mean, he's in promos for the WWE Network. You can hear his voice. They're bringing him back.
Oh, that's true.
Everybody comes back in the WWE. Anyway, I stand right alongside you, man. I have Hulkster right. Where is he? Where is he? He's right here. Here he is. He's watching above us. Here he is right here. Look at it. Oh, you guys can't see it because I got the camera on the show. There's the Hulkster right there. He's just hanging out. But yeah, no, I agree. A lot of shit has happened with the Hulkster. But so 5 years old for you, non-adopted child, adopted child.
7.
7.
I'm the non-adopted.
You're the non-adopted. What is going on? So you guys have been wrestling fans for an extremely long time.
Yeah, extremely.
As I have as well. It is in our blood. And one thing I have said always on this stream is that whether you're a wrestling fan now or you were, everybody has a wrestling story. Everybody was a wrestling fan at one time. You may have grown out of it. Maybe you didn't. But everybody has a story. So I think that's why wrestling gels with so many people.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, I thought it was real.
Yeah, well, so, I think...
I was only 5, though, so... when Hogan got his ribs broken by King Kong Bundy and Don Morocco on Saturday Night's Main Event, I think I cried, actually, so... It's pretty sad.
So. When and for those of you at home, and thanks for the follow, for those of you that home, spoiler alert, wrestling is actually not real.
What?
In the sense that as far as I know, Jason Jordan is not Kurt Angle's son, as far as I know. And well, that's the best one I have. But so when did you? All right, so you said you cried when King Kong Bundy broke the Hulkster's ribs.
Yeah,
those all-American ribs. When did you find out that wrestling was not real, and how did you feel?
I don't even know. I can't even remember. I knew it wasn't real at some point. Probably my teens. I would say my teens, probably. So probably around the same time as he's only a couple years older.
About a couple years older, so it's about the same time.
So probably the same time.
It's one of those things. You can't. I think it's like Santa Claus,
right?
And I talked to my wife about this because we were talking about earlier how my daughters watch wrestling, and it's hard to explain to them. I have a dilemma. I come to a dilemma where I'm like, well, do I explain to them that it's not real, or do I let them go through it? It's like Santa. Like, do I just let them experience that like I did and you and everyone else, or what? And I don't really know how to judge that, but I also don't remember when I realized it wasn't real. But I did, I guess. I mean, it's not real in the way it's real to me, Tim. It is real though.
It's still real to that guy. It's still real to that one guy.
The crying wrestling fan.
The crying wrestling fan. It's still real to him.
It is real to all of us in some way. I mean.
Yeah.
But.
It is.
It's just, it's not real in like. I'm trying to think of a good analogy, but I can't come up with one. The only thing that keeps playing in my head is when Jake the Snake had the snake bite Savage's arm.
Oh God, yeah!
But
I remember they censored it.
Put a big red X on it.
They put a big, it was a black X, I think.
No,
it was a black X. They put a black X.
It was a big circle. It was a big circle. No,
it was a black X.
Was it a black X?
Yeah, or was it? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was a black circle.
But yeah, the Cobra thing, that was like.
But he had to bite the arm. Like that was real in the sense that snake bit him.
Yeah, the snake was biting him, but it was probably devenomized. But yeah, that was. I remember that, and the kids were all like, they're like, oh, people were like cowering in their hands and stuff. So, yeah.
Now that I think about it, wrestling is real. I mean, like Elizabeth married Sam. I mean, it was real.
Yeah, some parts of it is real. So real relationships happen out of wrestling. So
Savage and Elizabeth.
Exactly. So.
Do you get busted on by your friends for being wrestling fans? Because I do.
I don't really,
No, with me, it's like my friends at work. Like they'll be like, "Oh, it's Friday. Are you going out to throw streamers at half-naked men again tonight?" And I'm like, "Sure. What the heck?"
I guess they're not into the women's revolution. It's only men that wrestle to them.
I just always thought it was the half-naked men. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna throw it. I said it's pretty sad that I get excited throwing streamers at half-naked men. So.
And that is the movement that you guys are. You guys are the streamer club, and I can't remember exactly how I stumbled upon you guys. It must have been somewhere in the Twitter vortex that I was in and reading wrestling or something. But I saw the word streamer club, and since I'm on Twitch, I saw streamers. I saw the word streamer and club, and it was in some sort of wrestling thing, and I was like, I need to find out what that is. And then we delved into it, and why don't you guys explain first what the streamer club is?
Do it. Well, you go for it.
So how we all become? So the first week I heard about this new company, DEFY, that was going to start out, and they were bringing in Cody Rhodes as one of the big name wrestlers. So, me and my brother started talking about, like, oh, this would be cool to go to, and then we kind of found out it was going to be Shane Strickland wrestling him at the main event. So we kind of put our heads together, and we started talking about, what should we do? And I was like, well, I'm going to message the owner and say, hey, can we bring streamers? And he was like, yeah, this is your guys' show, yeah, whatever you guys want to do.
Now, streamers are a thing. Some people out there might not know. People throw streamers during matches at the start of them, correct?
Yeah, it's a show of respect. I believe it started in Japan in the 70s or 80s, but it's a show of respect towards a wrestler. So,
and we'll see some videos of it later. But so it's not like they just came up with it. I like the fact that you actually called and asked if you could bring streamers to the event as opposed to just do it. You know what I mean? I personally would have done it.
Yeah, it's like because there really aren't, there's 3-2-1 battle, and there's not many indies, around here, and of course it's a big no-no if you throw streamers at a WWE show, you'll get thrown out or whatever. So so it's like, so it's like, hey, it's like, why don't we do this? We've never done it before, so let's do it. And and it kind of, the first time we did it, it was okay, it wasn't the best. But we caught on with the help of there's a guy that works for 321 and DEFY. His name is Hero, and he basically, we call him the Godfather of the Streamer Club because he kind of gave us hints on how to throw him better. And so after that, we have caught on. We've gotten so good at it, and so he's basically the guy who helped us do it better and stuff. And we help people when we give them streamers at the shows. We tell them what to do and how to throw them correctly. So.
When they listen.
Yeah. So,
how do you throw a streamer correctly?
So basically, you unravel the streamer. Yeah, in that bag. Go grab one of those. Well,
I know. I'm thinking I should.
I'm getting a streamer. We actually got I literally got 70 streamers in my bag for the next show. So.
Irish.
So basically,
on the West Coast.
So basically,
go ahead.
So you basically unravel it. That one just sucked. So basically, you unravel it. And basically, what you want to do, you want to get enough so that it travels. Basically, what you're trying to do is you're trying to throw it across the ring. You're trying to get in the ring, but you want it to get across. So basically, you hold the end of it, and you just throw it, and boom, you'll get a good effect. If you just throw it without holding the end of it, you won't get a good stream. It'll suck.
Right.
So.
And don't hit a referee.
Yeah, we hit someone was.
I hit a referee, so it wasn't cool. He threw it back at me.
Oh man! So all right, so let's run. Okay, so a viewer in the chat said, "Oh, it was answered already." All right, so they're out on the West Coast. You guys are big into the indie scene.
Well, here in Seattle, yeah. We watch indies from all over and stuff like that, right, on High Spots or on YouTube. But yeah, I mean, I went to NXT the other night, and I'll tell you, it wasn't as fun as an indie show. It just doesn't do it for me anymore. The indie shows are so much fun. I mean, with the streamers, I mean, the DEFY right now, the DEFY crowd is probably one of the best. I'm gonna go on a limb and say right now they're the best. Some of the best fans. They're loud. The ring announcer Steve Miggs does this thing. It's like before he talks about the show, before he does ring announcers, like we get loud. So we get loud. There's a lot of chants. I mean, the crowd. I have never. This doesn't compare to this. WWE doesn't compare to DEFY. I mean, the crowd is amazing. The fans are called the Defiance, and it's caught on. I mean, the fans. Every show has just been on point. The fans are always hot. I mean, it's so much fun. So it's like. It's like I'd rather spend my money going to an indie show, and you don't have, like, with WWE, you don't really have a connection with the wrestlers. Like, you can actually sit there and meet with the wrestlers, get their autographs, take their picture, buy a shirt from them, support them in any way. and they're really cool. And they'll sit there and they'll shoot the shit with you. I mean, they're really cool. So, but yeah, that's one of the things I love about indies. You can kind of have this connection with the wrestlers and talking to them and stuff, and it's really cool. So
I think one of the benefits going for the indie scene, and we talked about this at the start. I've never actually been to one, but I believe that the smaller venues make the ambiance of the event. So you have the smaller venues, the fans, the Defiance, and the Streamer Club make an event, and it makes it special.
Yeah,
couple that
definitely.
with the closeness and the interaction of, like you said, meeting the wrestlers and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to get what did that say? Fuck Steve West. Somebody does not like Steve West.
Oh yeah, Jesse. That's the guy. That guy gets the special streamers. We do TP streamers for him. Jesse. So we do TP streamers for him and stuff. Actually, the last show I made a sign that I photoshopped his face onto Beavis as the Great Cornholio, and I made a sign that said, or actually, I didn't make the sign. Amanda, I have horrible handwriting. Amanda wrote the sign that says, "Steve West needs TP for his bunghole," and our friend Myron bought a bunch of TP rolls, and we passed them out. And there, you might have the video on your thing, but the guy getting the TP thrown on him from Instagram.
Yeah, well, we probably do, because I have all the ones that you sent me, and we'll watch them. We'll watch them in a bit. Yeah. I'm thinking in my head, and we talked about how it's a laid back show, and we're trying to not be too professional. I was like, I was gonna write down notes like bullet points, and I never did. So I do jump around a lot. So
that's fine. That's cool.
So you're gonna throw streamers at the event. You go to the event. Who do you throw streamers for every match?
Sometimes, I mean, it depends. It just depends. Like, there's some new at the Nest show. There's some new women's wrestlers. I've seen video of them, but I don't really, I haven't watched enough of them to, I'm like, So it's like, I don't know. Like, we're like, I mean, we just,
yeah. If we don't have any kind of background on them, we kind of just hold off on it for a bit.
What do you look for? What do you look for?
We look for like the big like people we're familiar with on the indie scene, like who we got? Jeff Cobb.
I mean, like, it's like if we like the match, if we watch the match and then they come back, we'll definitely, and we like them, we'll definitely do streamers at the next time they're wrestling.
Right.
So yeah.
So all right. So us three, we're going to the Defy show on August 3rd. Us three, and we're gonna throw the streamers.
Yes.
We're gonna pick a match. We're gonna throw the streamers. Do we do it for one of the wrestlers? Correct.
You can do it for one or both, but usually we don't do them for the heels. We only do them for the faces usually.
Now, is there a reason behind that? Do heels get streamers? Do heels get streamers?
Sometimes they do.
They do sometimes.
But I think they usually toss them back at the crowd. I think at other indie shows I've seen video, I think. So
what you should do is throw. Okay.
Well, you know what? We do actually. To tell you the truth, we do throw Christina Von Eerie. She is a female wrestler, women's wrestler. We saw that she was doing it flash. We're like, we'll get streamers. We'll do green and black. But she's a heel, and she just got married to her fiance, and so he didn't like that we were throwing streamers. So we're like, maybe the next shows we should just keep the thing going with the streamers and just keep throwing streamers. And so it became this thing. He's like, no one throw. He's like, don't throw streamers and all this stuff.
One person streamers my wife.
Yeah, he's like, he tweeted, you guys can't stream. I'm the only one who streamers my wife, and blah blah. So yeah, he said he's gonna have streamers banned at Defy, But so that's gonna be a continuing thing. So whenever they're on the Defy shows, we're just gonna stream them, just have this whole thing with the Scotty Mack and Christina. The Smiri is what they're called. That's a couple. But so we're gonna keep that going. So it's funny is actually someone went to the show in Canada in Vancouver, BC, and they brought streamers, and they were gonna throw because they got married at the show, and they were gonna throw streamers, and they had the streamer club shirt. And apparently the security said they couldn't throw streamers, so we were kind of bummed. So he's like, you guys, he's like on his Facebook post, Scotty Mack's like, you guys better not show up. You guys are everywhere and stuff. So
you guys are everywhere.
But yeah, so we kind of have. Yeah, so, but that's going to be a regular thing. If she wrestles the show, he's at the show, we're going to stream her no matter what, as a thing. So, just to keep their hate against us, like, she walked by at the last show, Christina Von Eerie, and she reached over the barricade and, like, looked at our, she was looking at our bag of streamers. So, she asked us if we had enough. So,
I was going to say,
so we...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm cool. I'm done.
Oh, I was going to say...
No, you pretty much hit it all.
I was going to say you should throw the colors of... like, if you're throwing the streamers at a heel, you should throw the colors of the face that they're taking on.
Oh, that might be a good idea. Oh, that might be a good idea. Or we can just do TP.
No, because TP is only for certain people.
Oh, yeah, TP.
You can't break that character now. I just learned about it.
Yeah, TP's already...
TP's only for Steve West. TP's only for Steve West.
Oh, Hellfire Cat.
Oh, Hellfire Club.
Hellfire Club.
So...
So, all right. So, we're at the event. We decided on our match. We've decided on our wrestler. Now, we, because it is our movement.
Yeah.
I've now embraced it as my own. We pick colors that match the streamers, correct? Or that match the streamers, colors of the streamers that match the wrestler.
He'll tweet them and ask them what colors they want. So, and whatnot. But like for like Davey Richards and Shane Strickland, we do blue and green, which is the kind of the Northwest colors, they're kind of like Seahawk colors. Yep. So we do those colors for them, for the Northwest people. And it's just, like Sue Young, we did red. We actually did tons of streamers for Sue Young at the last two shows. We did red streamer. We called it we called it a streamer bloodbath. So we did all red streamers, and then at the next show it was her birthday, so we did bloodbath and we did happy birthday streamers for her. But yeah, we just kind of, my brother will tweet at them and then ask them what colors they want. So we try to do it different. Everybody just throws they just throw random colors, but we get a lot of people on Twitter that are like, oh, you guys, we like how you guys color coordinate with the wrestlers and stuff. Which is, we want to be different. We don't want to be like, we don't want to be like everybody else. Just throw streamers just to throw streamers. We want to, throw streamers just to throw streamers, but we want it to be different and color coordinated and stuff. So unique. So yeah.
You do want to be unique. You want to stand out.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, all right. I have an idea. Let's show some of the videos that I forget which one of you sent me.
I sent them to you.
The adopted one.
The adopted one. We'll show them all, and then we'll come back, and we'll just go from there. So let me see if I can get this straight. So, you guys will only be able to see it on the stream, which will be on a delay. So I'll pod you down.
Okay.
No, you know what? Screw it. I'll leave you up. It doesn't matter. You guys want to comment on it? It'll be a delay, but it's not a big deal. All right, let me see if I get this straight. So let me get my mouse over here. And a smart streamer. So if I click this button, good. And now if I hit play, it should play them all again. Timeout. K-Dog forgot he's using a different program, so he's got to move this all over. Boom. And now hit play. Play. Oh, is there more? Oh, God damn it.
That's Shane Strickland. Oh, yeah, Shane Strickland. And then he gets attacked by Davey Richards.
All right, hold on. Time out. K-Dog messed up. That must have been the last video of the 4. All right, we'll go back here. Oh, God, I suck balls. Desktop. Did you see that guy in the front row, though? He didn't hold on to it.
Oh, he did.
No, we'll watch it. Oh, here, I'll show it again while I'm looking for the video. Watch the guy right in the front on the right. I hope it's not one of you guys. Watch him. Ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
And play.
We got an advertisement come up.
We got Dunkin'
On our
Donuts
TV.
advertising.
Yes,
Let's
Dunkin'
see.
Donuts. I paused it.
Oh. That's because he paused it. That's why I did it.
Oh.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, I want some Dunkin' Donuts now.
Yes, we all need Dunkin' Donuts. All right, let's.
Oh wait, I saw.
There we go. Watch them all. Here they go. That's Shane Strickland right here.
Yeah, that's
That was the. That's the first.
That's really cool. Now we're going to start now. That's from the 5 Wood City when I think it's going to be drawn out. They're trying to move it. Oh, there's Steve West. Yeah, there it is. Just the up here, the middle finger, so we hit the icon. Oh yeah, and he started kicking it. So throwing it, TV everywhere. So
Oh, here's this guy. Look at him. See, he doesn't.
Yeah. He's just that's Steve West.
He just tossed it. Who is that guy?
And then yeah, there's Red Dragon.
Where is he? See? Oh, let's do it again. See? Look at. Look. He let go of the streamer. Who is that guy?
That's the guy who was next to Amanda.
Oh, that's the guy that was next to Amanda, we think.
That was the guy that me and Jesse both yelled at when he did that. We're like, dude.
Yeah, the guy wouldn't throw him apparently.
I guess he didn't know how.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's kind of the idea of the streamers now. It's like it's a mass amount of streamers.
That was
So they're actually even wrestling outside in the streamers. Like Shane Strickland was wrapped up in them, and Davey Richards was just attacking them. So.
And sorry about the volume level there. I'm a moron. But is that the Davey Richards from Global Force?
Who was from Global Force? Now
Yeah.
he asked for his, and he got his release because he's got focusing on being a doctor.
Yeah.
So it's
that's what I
he's got
read.
paramedic and stuff like that. So
interesting. Yeah, Global Force, the company formerly known as TNA.
Yeah.
With their rebranding, they're gonna have a tough time. I was listening to a radio show today, and they talked a lot about it today, and they were trying to be honest about it and open-minded and this and that. But the biggest problem people have with Global Force Wrestling, or at least the way I see it, is you cannot stop saying TNA.
No.
So
right? No, you can't.
I mean, TNA was good. Don't get me wrong; they had its moments, but it also had a lot of down moments. And the fact that they're trying to rebrand and you can't stop saying TNA is a problem.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like, I mean, yeah, you can't, I mean, we can say GFW, I mean, that's more like, it's just, it doesn't make sense. It's like,
it hasn't taken off, and I get what we're doing, and I'd like to be open-minded about it, but when I'm listening to radio shows and they can't even not stop saying TNA, they'll correct themselves, but the first words out of their mouth is TNA, and that is a problem, I believe.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. I mean, when it's been around for so long, I mean, even Impact, people still call it TNA.
Yeah, they didn't drop the name Impact, so it's like...
They'll say TNA on them, too.
Yeah.
Well, they'll say TNA, so it's always going to have that tie to them.
And I don't even know why I got on this topic, but the fact that, like, I don't know what they got to do, but...
Well, I know they started running shows this weekend up in New York, and they've already canceled
next weekend.
No, is it next weekend?
Next weekend.
Oh, next weekend. They've already canceled one.
Yeah,
they've already canceled one show.
And they canceled it. And did you hear why they canceled it?
It was something about, I think it was like traveling or something, some weird thing.
It said unforeseen circumstances.
Yes.
But
which is a typical TNA comment when they cancel a show.
Yep, in actuality, they just were not selling tickets.
Oh yeah, and I think that's always been their problem. They try to do house shows and they can't sell out house shows. I mean, because a couple years ago when they did some shows in a middle school or high school gym and they couldn't even sell it out. I mean, it was so empty.
They had like 52 people.
Yeah, it's they can't. It's hard. It's a hard sell. I mean, don't get me wrong. They got a lot of great wrestlers, but it's like, it's just and I know there was a lot of issues with pay and stuff like that. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, we talked. Well, before the show, we were talking about people, shady bookers, not paying, and blah blah blah, and that's what Maria Kanellis' Mike Bennett.
Yeah, I saw that tweet. Was it like yesterday or today?
He left because he didn't get paid. He didn't get paid.
Neither of them got paid.
They didn't pay Mike Bennett.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a comment. Yeah, because it was a comment about how they had nothing going on in TNA with the WWE and they're sitting on the back burner. And Maria was like, "Yeah, but at least we're getting paid now."
Yeah, at least they're getting paid.
Well, she should be. They paid WWE paid for her to go to college to get her stuff. So.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow. Learn something new every day.
I read the dirt sheets. Damn it.
You read the dirt sheets.
Damn it.
Who is your favorite dirt sheet?
Who do you read? I usually go on Gerwick or SES Scoops.
Yeah, Scoops.
I go on. Hold on.
Or do you go on the one that's Brian Alvarez? What's the one that's Brian Alvarez? Wrestling Observer. That's another one too.
WrestleZone.
Wrestle Observer, which is Brian Alvarez. I think he's from here, right?
Yep.
So
he's down in Buffalo, I think.
So.
All right, to get back to the streamer aspect, where did I leave off? All right. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. Are there rival streamer clubs? Because anybody can bring streamers to an event.
Correct. There isn't one yet. It's funny, we joked about doing NWO type. We were thinking about doing red and black streamer club shirts and make like an NWO. Because when I did my first order of streamer club shirts, they set a red and white one for some reason. I think it was just a sample.
Yeah.
And I sold out all our first print run, and somebody wanted it, but yeah, so there's one person who wears a red and white streamer club shirt to the shows now. The last couple of shows he wore it, so it's pretty interesting. Well, maybe you guys should do a different color. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stick with the black and white for now. Yeah. So.
Because I'm thinking to myself, oh man, you should just
But yeah, I would love to do. It'd be funny if there was like an offshoot, like a heel version of the streamer club. It'd be pretty funny. So.
What would it be called?
I don't know. What would you?
Streamer Alliance?
Right in the Stream Pack. I don't know.
Stream Pack.
I think gold.
Stream Pack. Kind of like a Wolf Pack or yeah.
I was just wondering because anybody could bring if there's anybody could bring a streamer. So I'm like, all right, let's say you go to an event. You got your streamers that you're going to pass out. Let's say you're going to do it for Shane Strickland. You got your blue and your green. And there's a person sitting next to you that has their own streamers that are red. And they want to throw them. Do you say, "Oh, here's a blue one." Or do you just leave that person alone? Do you ever see someone
we just leave them alone. So we just leave. I think there are other colors. We don't care, but we just try to do it so it's different. It's cool, with the color scheme and stuff like that. So, it's not just a bunch of random colors being thrown. So.
And a lot of our people that follow us on Twitter will tweet us and
because we make a list for each show.
Yeah.
Of what colors to do for each wrestlers.
So people will tweet us hey, do you guys have a list of what colors or what you guys are doing so we know what we need to get?
And do you provide all the streamers?
Try to make sure at least everybody's on the same page.
Do you guys provide all the streamers?
We do not.
No.
We are, but our boy Jesse from the Streamer Club, that dude fucking buys, like, he'll buy, like, bags. He brought a box of streamers for DeFi 4. He literally had a huge box of streamers.
His chair actually sat inside his box of streamers.
Yeah, and then there's another guy who sits near us at another show. He bought a ton of black and white streamers for DeFi 5. In hopes, we were hoping that, you know, it was going to be, it was for the title match for the first, to become the first DeFi champion, and we were, you know, they had an injury thing with Shane Strickland, because Davey Richards attacked him, like, oh, we're going to, you know, hopefully, you know, the whole thing where, you know, he's injured and he'll pull off the win, and we're like, oh, God, please tell me it's going to be Shane Strickland. Of course, Davey turned heel, we're starting to turn heel, so we turned heel at the 5-4, and so we had always, so Davey wins the belt, and no one threw any streamers, so one guy, Charles, has stuck all these black and white streamers. So he has a 10-minute streamer, black and white streamers. But we're gonna do a since it's gonna be Leo Rush's last match in DeFi before he goes down south to Florida. We're doing a blackout. So we just want to do tons of black streamer for him.
Oh, that's cool.
In hopes that he does his Blackheart gimmick, because he does his Blackheart gimmick. It's like a
He usually does it for title matches.
Yeah, he usually does it for title matches, but it's almost like another personality of him.
Like the demon for Balor.
Kind of like that. Yeah, he has a painted heart on him, and he has it's like a dark. I mean, his entrances as the Blackheart are all over like on YouTube, but they're really like he does the what's that? He does a version of the Rolling Stones' "Paint the Town Black."
Paint the Town Black with Sierra,
and it's really. I mean, if you you can watch his entrance, you can watch actually. Go on YouTube, you can watch, you have the five put up the whole match when Davey won the CZW title from Leo, and it has their entrances, and it was an awesome entrance. Everybody
even Davey said that too.
So, it was an amazing entrance, so, that guy is like...
Oh, I was just going to say, they're talking about Leo Rush. Leo Rush, he's signed to NXT.
NXT?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's NXT bound.
That's where he's heading. Hopefully, he doesn't get lost in the 205 live. The block.
It'll be interesting to see where they put him. He is he's like 5. He's a little guy. He's only like
he's not that tall.
He's like 5'7", 5'8" maybe, and he's only like 160. But he is so quick.
Yeah,
I mean, he's going against. I mean, at DeFi next DeFi 6, he's going against or DeFi. Well, they changed the name of it, so it's not DeFi Crash Lucha Libre. It's DeFi 6. Oh. So he's going to Shane Strickland, and. It's cool. But they so everybody talked about the Shane Strickland match against Leo Rush, and I believe that's on YouTube for free as well. It is one of the best matches I've ever seen live. I mean, they tore it up. I mean, that was Leo's first match in DeFi, and the crowd absolutely loved him. They please come back chants, and it's definitely one of the best matches of the year in indie wrestling, so hopefully it'll be the next Leo Swerve versus Leo will be the same, and if not better. So,
I always think of where to go next while you guys are talking, and then I get caught up in what you're saying and I forget.
Yeah.
But okay, so speaking about DeFi, so we just realized it's now DeFi 6, which I just you know what? I gotta push it over. Once I push it over, there we go. DeFi 6.
Yeah.
Before we get to... Because I told you guys... I don't know if you remember this. I told you guys I'm only going to keep you for about an hour.
Yeah.
So we're closing in on that. But before we get to the reveal of who will be, quote-unquote, repping the Streamer Club shirt at DeFi 6, what do you got... Where do you guys see yourself in the next year, 2 years? Where do you see yourself, and where would you like to be?
Well, I don't know. I think just keep the Streamer Club going, and just like, I mean, no matter what, we're gonna try to go to as many DeFi shows as we can. We haven't missed a show yet. What Jim Perry and Matt Farmer do, those guys are awesome. I mean, they're great with the fans. Those guys, DeFi wouldn't be DeFi if it wasn't without them. They do such a great job at promoting the events and getting all these wrestlers, and giving the local guys shots against these bigger names and whatnot. I mean, like Mike Santiago, he's had some great matches against Moose, Darby, Jeff Cobb. Jeff Cobb. did he? No, he didn't go in Jeff Cobb.
No, he didn't. He
No.
filled in for Jeff Cobb.
Yeah, because Jeff, but he went against Davey Boy Smith Jr. So I mean, there's a lot of great local wrestling. You got Sonica, who was actually the first wrestler to wear the Streamer Club shirt. I mean, Drexel. There's so many guys. The Cunninghams, Ave Rex, La Vispa, Bat Boy, Kate Carney, Eddie Van Glam. I mean, Mr. Fitness,
Steve West.
Fuck Steve West.
You got Sarian.
No, that's
FSW. Fuck Steve West. That's gonna be my new shirt.
He actually has a shirt that says "Fuck Steve West" on the back. But that's all I can think of. That's all of them.
Oh my god!
I don't think we missed
the guy with the man bun.
Oh, that's the Cunninghams.
Did the other guy have it? The guy who wrestled?
That's the Cunninghams. That's the same technique.
Like Con.
Carl.
What?
So, yeah. So
you know who? Never mind.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
King Cash.
A lot of great. Oh, King Cash. But there's a lot of great local. I mean, a lot of great local wrestling, and Jim and Matt put them on the shows, and I mean, those guys shine when they're on the shows. I mean, they do a great job and stuff like that. So.
And I think I was trying to talk about it a little bit before we got on the air. The Indies, it is the glory, is the golden age of wrestling. You got your WWE, you got your Ring of Honor, and your New Japan. Those are your cornerstones. I'm not gonna say GFW's there yet, but the Indies are where you stumble across the great matches, the Stricklands, the Leo Rushes. You get the Cody Rhodes coming in and all that. I mean, WCPW. I mean, we could go Joe Hendry, Joey Ryan. We could go for days. I just think it's a great time to be a wrestling fan.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now. Oh yeah, I don't think there's anything. I mean, the indie wrestling scene and everything is just so great right now. So.
But anyways, DEFY 6. You guys are gonna be there.
Yes,
of course.
And well, why don't I'll just give the mic to you guys right now. You guys have a small little reveal, I guess.
Yes. Yes. So
go ahead.
Yeah. Let me do it because I'm the one who's been talking to him. So yes. So at DEFY 6, we're gonna have a wrestler is gonna be representing the Streamer Club in some capacity. Whether it be he might wear it to the ring, he might not, but he will be wearing it in some capacity. I can't really talk about it, but I'm gonna reveal who it is in a second. But we're doing it for charity, so it's gonna be it's got a one-of-a-kind custom shirt. It'll be on eBay for charity. All the money is gonna go to Bright Pink, which is a national nonprofit organization for prevention and early detection of ovarian and breast cancer in young women. And this charity was picked by the wrestler, so no money's going into my pockets, but the shirt will be signed. It's going to come with a COA, and why not reveal? So for DEFY 6, this is who's repping the Streamer Club.
Hold it up a little bit. There you go. Now, why don't you explain to some people what the flip?
Flip, this is Flip Gordon is going to be repping the Streamer Club at DEFY 6, and Flip, this is his logo. So I want to do something cool that was different. I was like, I don't want to do the eye. Let's just see if they can do him flipping. So basically, that's his logo. So Flip will be repping the Streamer Club at DEFY 6, and this is his first time wrestling in the Pacific Northwest. He's from Montana, so this will be his first time wrestling here, and he's really stoked about wrestling here and stuff like that. So,
all right. So here's what we'll do, and thank you for that reveal. Thank you for actually doing that on this show. It was I didn't ask you guys to do that. That was really cool, and I greatly appreciate it. Let's get a quick look here at Flip because I didn't know who he was, so I had to look him up. We'll catch some highlights, and then we'll come back and wrap things up.
Okay, cool.
So bring this over and hit play. That's at the Flip Gordon on Twitter. No relation to Tom Flash Gordon. The why is it playing again?
The guy is freaking amazing. He can do so much, and I mean, he's a rising star in Ring of Honor. So, yeah.
Yeah, no relation to Tom Flash Gordon. That's what I was gonna say.
No, but he does sell a Flip Gordon shirt that's like the Flash Gordon logo.
Really?
So, yeah, I'm hoping to pick that up at the next show, at the show on Thursday.
All right.
So,
before we wrap things up, we actually, before I leave you guys to put yourself over, and before we do all that fun stuff, I actually, on the overlay somewhere, I have the Discord thing that I showed you guys. So if viewers want to pop in and ask questions, they can. We've actually never done it. This is the first time. You guys are, sadly, because I wasn't prepared for this, you guys are not going to be able to hear the question, but I'll relate it to you.
okay.
Well, I mean, if you went and listened on the stream, you could. But in the future, if we do this again,
Yeah.
if you do this again, we'll have you all set up. So I apologize in advance, but I do have a question. From somebody. So let me pull them in to the studio here, and then unmute them, and go like this. And okay, go ahead. Ask your question. And of course, I can't hear him because I don't know why. He's not muted. Why can't I hear him? See?
Hello?
Yes. I can't hear him.
Question.
Well, that doesn't help me any. He has no question at the moment. Oh, alright, hold on. K-Dog is a moron. Just give K-Dog 1 second. No problem. DEFY 6. Flip Gordon. Streamer Club. Where this? There we go. Okay.
Hello.
Okay, go ahead with your question.
Hello?
Mr. Ventura, go ahead. You're on.
Hi. Hey, listen, I see you're talking to wrestling guys over there. I don't know if they know who I am. Kind of a big deal. I'm just Jesse the Body Ventura. Yeah?
Yes, we know, Mr. Ventura. You guys know Jesse the Body Ventura, correct?
Now,
Okay.
from what I understand, there was no mention of the body.
No, we did not
throughout
mention
this.
you. No, we did not mention you.
That really stings the body.
Do you have a question, Jesse? Jesse, we're sorry that we didn't mention you. This was a show about streamers and not feathered boas. But do you have a question for the Streamer Club?
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay.
Would there be any plans in the future to include the body in all of this rigmarole?
Okay.
Hello.
Well, they can't.
Hello, is this on?
Yes, they can't hear you,
Hello?
Body. So I'm gonna pod the body down. I know. K-Dog wasn't prepared. All right. So what Mr. Ventura, and thank you, Mr. Ventura, for chiming in. What Mr. Ventura said, and you guys can watch it on the VOD. He would like to know if there will be any interaction and mention of the the Body in the future with the Streamer Club.
Wow. The body. The body.
It was produced. Thanks, C-Rush. Sure.
Let's see. Well,
I mean, I'm thinking you guys cut like an intro Streamer Club promo video with the Body voiceover.
That would be awesome. The Body here. Or even getting this, I don't do his character from Predator or something. or even the Running Man.
And as Eros710 said in the chat, was poorly produced, and it was poorly produced. But my goal is to have that little link. People can click it if they've never been to the Discord. They can come in. We'll pull them in, ask a question, and the people I'm interviewing can hear it. But nobody's actually ever. I've said it to two people. One person was like, I don't know how to use Discord, and then one of you guys got it.
I got it.
So, in the future, it can be done that way because we could you guys could be in the Discord and just listening and have no mic on, and then you could have heard that question. We'll work on it in the future. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Are they also standing? One of them is standing, I believe.
We're both standing.
They're both standing. See,
We're both.
The standing streamer club, right here, the standing streamer club. Well done. As I'm repping my streamer club shirt, I am the only streamer on Twitch in the streamer club. I've crowned myself a member of the streamer club. Rep it. Anyways, boys, I would love to seriously thank you for being on the show and telling us about the streamer club, what you guys do, what you're about, your passion. You could hear it. Hopefully it was translated across the stream and they heard it because I could hear it. And it's just great. And you guys, these guys, they have given me suggestions and connections and hookups, and I mean, it's just greatly appreciated. They didn't know me from anything, and I contacted them. They agreed, and then they've been so generous. DeFi 6, Flip Gordon, repping the shirt. I'm gonna leave it to you guys. You guys have the final word. Put yourself over, whatever you want. The floor is yours.
Okay, all right. So this is I just gotta say we're like the streamer club is a unique thing with the streamers. It's me, my brother Joe, Jesse, Amanda, who flies up from California, and Myron, and then it's just the whole Defiance. I mean, everybody joins in the streamers, so it's more of a movement, and we love what we got going on in here in DeFi, and just everybody's the fans, everybody's so cool, and we hopefully this will spread somewhere, and then we got you in New York, and we got
Amanda in California.
So we're hoping, we like I said, we want to be unique and different. We're not like all the other streamers, like Ring of Honor, where you just throw a bunch of random streamers and stuff like that. So we want to be different. And I mean, is there anything you want to say?
You pretty much hit it all in the box.
So, but we just want to be different, and hopefully, it'll spread and stuff like that. So.
Awesome.
And thank you, K-Dog. Thank you, K-Dog, for having us on, too, man.
Thank you for having us on.
No problem. So, DeFi 6, Flip Gordon, where can we watch DeFi 6 online anymore? Or will we have to wait?
I'll plug DefyOnDemand.com. You can watch all the DeFi shows that they put up so far. And there's other bar wrestling. There's other things. There's Swerve Talk. It's only $3.99 a month. So DefyOnDemand.com for $3.99.
Good job.
So.
Nice plug. Way to put them over. All right, boys. Yes. Thank you very much. Have yourself a wonderful evening. I'm going to cut you guys and then say goodbye to my crew. Let's stay in touch and,
definitely
in the future, man. Go man. Some streamers, man. Have a great night.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Another one in the book. Yeah.
Thanks for having us on.
No problem. Can they still hear me? I thought I just X'd them out.
Oh, no, we can still hear you. All right.
Great night, boys.
Good night.
Skype. Nobody likes Skype. Who uses Skype anymore? All right, now they're gone. Now I can rip them. No, I'm just kidding. Great job out of them. Great job out of you guys. I didn't go over to full screen yet. There we go. Another one in the books. The only issue with tonight, besides the poorly produced question, was that I did not record the show directly hard to my hard drive. I thought I did. I did not. So hopefully the opening was not muted. Put it in the books. So I'll actually, when I edit this stream, you know what I'll do? I'll stop and what time is it? 10:06. I'll stop and go live again.